platforms. The ORPP, your model brand strengthening political parties.
Invite.
Yeah, X ni automatic. In automatic.
So when she wants to speak?
No, that's the main problem. Because I have to control hii video
And X.
na X.
Yeah.
Ukiwa wapi?
Hapa. Nimeenda wapi? Nataka kufunga X moja.
Hata angekuja mbele, ndo angekuja mbele. Ama sufanyie huko.
Naweza ifanyia tu.
Nitafanyia tu hapa, ina pressure, hata tuone naweza fanyia.
So the only thing ni
akitaka kuongea
but sasa hapo alafu madam akitaka kuongea unarudi tu stream your coordination. So yeah, tulia tu
stream babu wasio light. Unaona
light na huko nje.
Acha kwanza akuje, mimi nitamweka vizuri hapa na light poa. Acha kwanza akae tu.
Let me go.
Oh. So no, I started on.
You're live. Let me send you the request.
So
and then I test my.
Before alikuwa amekuja ndio akapata nagojea kare na karibu anasema tumuite.
Mbona mnamrudisha tena?
Ungemrudisha lakini sawa
na simu. Sema ongea na simu akipata katika simu. Sasa ungemwambia kae.
Guys.
Amenipata nimengedhi hapa.
Discover the unmatched convenience of ORPP's online services designed to simplify your political engagement. The ORPP internally designed Integrated Political Parties Management System, IPPMS, you can access a range of essential services effortlessly. Some of the ORPP's services available through IPPMS are Political Parties Membership Management, reservation of party's name, symbol, and slogan at the initial stage of application, clearance of independent candidates with ease. Our online services are accessible through multiple platforms that suit you best. Choose your preferred method from either of the following. Visit the ORPP website or IPPMS portal. Use the government e-citizen portal. Dial *509# from your mobile phone provider. Accessing your membership status is a breeze. Visit www.orpp.or.ke. Click on IPPMS. Register or log in if already registered with your national ID and names. Choose preferred service. Follow easy prompts and user guide for the service. If you prefer using your mobile, it is just dialing code *509# from any mobile network. It's free except for standard internet or subscriber fees. You prefer the manual process? No problem. Submit a written request to the registrar at headquarters or any of our regional offices for prompt processing. A request through our email info@orpp.or.ke is also available for you. ORPP, bringing unparalleled convenience for the service you need. Engage with us or visit our offices spread across the country and engage with us on our varied platforms. We are glad to offer you unparalleled experience and seamless service. The ORPP, your model brand, strengthening political parties. All political parties in Kenya must be registered in line with the law. Ready to make a mark in Kenya's political landscape? The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, ORPP, is here to make it happen for you through a well-guided legal process. Worry not of any difficulty you may encounter, as the ORPP team is always ready to guide you through the process. Did you know political parties have an impactful contribution to leadership and governance in line with roles of political parties? Be that political party that actualizes its purpose of recruiting members, nominating election candidates, promotes the representation of the special interest groups. Also, be the source for education to the public on political and election matters, national unity, agent of mobilizing citizen participation, and shaping and influencing progressive public policy. Registration of political parties involves two key stages: provisional and full registration. The provisional registration is the initial stage of registration with the following prerequisite steps. Submit a written application using the prescribed form, signed by the applicants, ensuring no more than 2/3 are of the same gender. Include signed minutes from the founding members' first meeting. Specify your party's name and pay 500 Kenya shillings to ORPP for a name search. Request the registration of your party's symbol and slogan. Include any desired abbreviation of the party's name. Provide a copy of the proposed party's constitution and rules, complying with Section 9 of the Political Parties Act. Provide a statement of the party's ideology. Demonstrate the party's website and show membership recruitment efforts. Include an undertaking to comply with the PPA and the Political Parties Code of Conduct. Accompany the application with the prescribed fee. Within a swift 30-day period, the registrar meticulously examines the submitted documents. Upon meeting all requirements and paying the 100,000 Kenya shilling fee, you receive a provisional registration certificate. With the provisional registration, the journey for full registration starts. It is to be noted, the full registration gives a political party full status to operate as a political party, including fielding candidates for election and consideration for political parties' fund if qualified under the law. Here are the stringent requirements for full registration. Submit a written application using the prescribed form, signed by an authorized party official. Recruit at least 1,000 registered voters from over half of the country as members. Ensure your governing body reflects regional and ethnic diversity, gender balance, and represents special interest groups with no more than 2/3 of the same gender. Demonstrate that governing body members meet Chapter 6 of the Constitution and ethical laws. Submit the following to the registrar: a list of all members with names, addresses, and identification details, the location of your head office within Kenya, and a postal address for communication, branch office locations in at least 24 counties, membership data disaggregated by special interest groups, your official website address, an undertaking to comply with the Act of the Code of Conduct, a full registration fee of 500,000 Kenya shillings. Once all conditions are met, the registrar issues your full registration certificate within 30 days. Be that ideology-based, sustainable, member-embraced political party that outlives its founders. The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, your partner in the registration process. Visit our offices spread across the country and engage with us on our varied platforms. The ORPP. Discover the unmatched convenience of ORPP's online services designed to simplify your political engagement. The ORPP internally designed Integrated Political Parties Management System, IPPMS. You can access a range of essential services effortlessly. Some of the ORPP's services available through IPPMS are Political Parties Membership Management, reservation of party's name, symbol, and slogan at the initial stage of application, clearance of independent candidates with ease. Our online services are accessible through multiple platforms that suit you best. Choose your preferred method from either of the following. Visit the ORPP website on IPPMS portal. Use the government e-citizen portal. Dial *509# from your mobile phone provider. Accessing your membership status is a breeze. Visit www.orpp.or.ke. Click on IPPMS. Register or log in if already registered with your national ID and names. Choose preferred service. Follow easy prompts and user guide for the service. If you prefer using your mobile, it is just dialing code *509# from any mobile network. It's free except for standard internet or subscriber fees. You prefer the manual process? No problem. Submit a written request to the registrar at headquarters or any of our regional offices for prompt processing. A request through our email info@orpp.or.ke is also available for you. ORPP, bringing unparalleled convenience for the service you need. Engage with us or visit our offices spread across the country and engage with us on our varied platforms. We are glad to offer you unparalleled experience and seamless service. The ORPP, your model brand, strengthening political parties.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar by the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Sophia Sitati, the Acting Registrar of Political Parties. Today, or rather last week, 27th, we marked 15 years since the promulgation of the Constitution of Kenya. And that's why the Office of the Registrar thought it fit to call for this webinar to take stock of where we have come with our political parties and where we are heading to. As we look back, starting from at the independence, we had two parties, that is KANU and KADU. Then we had a long period of a single party regime until 1992 when we amended the constitution to provide for multi-party democracy. Since then, we have had a number of political parties in place. At one time, the highest score was 168 political parties. Following legislative amendments and the amendment of the constitution, the number reduced. And as we speak today, we have 91 fully registered political parties, with 83 parties represented in parliament or in other legislative forums, including county assemblies. We have 19 provisionally registered political parties, and we have many parties undergoing scrutiny as they await registration. And today, as the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, looking at our threefold mandate, that is registration of political parties, regulation of political parties, and administration of the political parties fund, we have a number of speakers who are here to assist us in reflecting on the strides we have made in attainment of political rights as a country. And as we do that, we want to reflect on our mission and vision as the office. First of all, our mission is to be a model regulator of political parties for a credible, democratic, multi-party system. Our mission is to promote the realization of political rights through the registration and regulation of political parties. These we have done as shown by the number of political parties that are registered. For example, looking at the number of applications, just the start of the registration of political parties, I can say that to take stock of what we have done in terms of names, symbols, slogans, and colors, I'll just give a few statistics. We have registered a total, or we have received and reviewed a total of 1,334 names for registration of political parties. Of course, some are approved and some are rejected. We have received 227 symbols, 162 slogans, and 144 colors for review and for approval where they meet the requirements under the Constitution and under the Act. As we speak today, let me just mention maybe the two key provisions in the Constitution. Article 4, which declared Kenya as a multi-party state, and that's how we now have a multi-party democracy, registering many parties. We also have Article 91 and 92 that speaks to political parties. Many of our speakers invited here today will speak to that. So my role is just to prod and ask questions to our speakers and to our participants who are following on the different media online, and to ask these questions. Having mentioned that we have the Constitution and the Political Parties Act in place to guide the registration of parties, has the Constitution and statutory regulatory framework in place provided an impartial and neutral framework for people to freely join and form political parties? These are questions we want to answer today. Does the legal framework recognize and protect political parties? Are political parties involved in electoral matters? Do they feel facilitated? And do they conform to the requirements of the Act and the regulations. How have the parties evolved since the reintroduction of the multi-party democracy to date? What are the main regulatory features that parties feel facilitate and enable them to then participate in Kenya's electoral process and democracy? What are the main challenges that have been faced by political parties and by individuals seeking to participate in the electoral process? Maybe just to conclude this, as I mentioned, political parties, let me say that what is a political party? A political party is basically an association of individuals who seek to participate in the governance of a country through the elections, participating in the elections of that country. The definition is in our Political Parties Act, the more elaborate definition. And for us, it must be, of course, registered by our office to be considered a political parties. And having started this conversation, I'll just mention that today we have a number of speakers, including our own assistant registrars, Mr. Ali, Madam CPA Biria, we have Mr. Andrew Njoroge, Ms. Lois Waringa, Mr. Oliver Waindi, Professor Kivutha Kibwana, and Honorable Judith Pareno. Those will be our speakers today. We are waiting to listen to our speakers and to listen to our participants. With that, I invite Mr. Abdullahi Ali to talk to us, to give us his reflections on the structures for dispute resolution in political parties. Mr. Ali, welcome. Mr. Ali, are you on board? As we wait for Mr. Ali, maybe let me just mention some of the requirements we have of political parties. When we want a political party, once a political party is registered or wants to register, what are the guiding laws? First of all, we have the Constitution, which is the Grundnorm of the land. We have the Political Parties Act and various regulations made under the Act. We have a code of conduct for political parties, which must be signed by all political parties, specifically founding members at registration. We have party constitutions and party rules that guide the political parties. We have our PFM rules that guide political parties, especially those that receive funds from the fund, and other laws that guide the political space in Kenya. Of course, we have the Elections Act, which then guides the political parties as they participate in elections. In complying with these laws, we do expect that political parties, of course, have membership. That is at least 1,000 members in every county, in at least 24 counties, and offices in at least 24 counties, among others, and adherence to the party constitution in effecting any changes to the structure of the political party or the office of the party. And we will do this transparently and call for accountability by demanding that any changes are published in the Kenya Gazette, and depending on the change, at times in a newspaper of nationwide circulation. Mr. Ali, are you on board?
Discover the unmatched convenience of ORPP's online services designed to simplify your political engagement. The ORPP internally designed Integrated Political Parties Management System, IPPMS. You can access a range of essential services effortlessly. Some of the ORPP's services available through IPPMS are Political Parties Membership Management, reservation of party's name, symbol, and slogan at the initial stage of application, clearance of independent candidates with ease. Our online services are accessible through multiple platforms that suit you best. Choose your preferred method from either of the following. Visit the ORPP website on IPPMS portal. Use the government e-citizen portal. Dial *509# from your mobile phone provider. Accessing your membership status is a breeze. Visit www.orpp.or.ke. Click on IPPMS. Register or log in if already registered with your national ID and names. Choose preferred service. Follow easy prompts and user guide for the service. If you prefer using your mobile, it is just dialing code *509# from any mobile network. It's free except for standard internet or subscriber fees. You prefer the manual process? No problem. Submit a written request to the registrar at headquarters or any of our regional offices for prompt processing.
Political party ideologies in Kenya. Madam Biria, the floor is yours.
Discover the unmatched convenience of ORPP's online services designed to simplify your political engagement. The ORPP internally designed Integrated Political Parties Management System, IPPMS. You can access a range of essential services effortlessly. Some of the ORPP's services available through IPPMS are Political Parties Membership Management, reservation of party's name, symbol, and slogan at the initial stage of application, clearance of independent candidates with ease. Our online services are accessible through multiple platforms that suit you best. Choose your preferred method from either of the following. Visit the ORPP website on IPPMS portal. Use the government e-citizen portal. Dial *509# from your mobile phone provider. Accessing your membership status is a breeze. Visit www.orpp.or.ke. Click on IPPMS. Register or log in if already registered with your national ID and names. Choose preferred service. Follow easy prompts and user guide for the service. If you prefer using your mobile, it is just dialing code *509# from any mobile network. It's free except for standard internet or subscriber fees. You prefer the manual process? No problem. Submit a written request to the registrar at headquarters or any of our regional offices for prompt processing. A request through our email info@orpp.or.ke is also available for you. ORPP, bringing unparalleled convenience for the service you need. Engage with us or visit our offices spread across the country and engage with us on our varied platforms. We are glad to offer you unparalleled experience and seamless service. The ORPP, your model brand, strengthening political
Can you hear me? Yes. if you may.
Yes.
Thank
Proceed,
you.
then we can
Yeah,
take
so I
some.
said that the journey of dispute resolution mechanism within parties, I said, mirrored the journey of evolution of political parties. We have come from pre-regulation period where disputes were chaotic and it was used, parties were just, there were no any mechanism for fair hearing and everything else. Then we went through a level where we had weak frameworks, where disputes were fragmented and parties were a bit unstable, but there were short-term solutions. And now post-2010 constitution, where we have institutionalized and we have structured way of resolving disputes. So there are at 3 levels currently. Level number 1 is parties have to address their disputes internally and resolve them before it's escalated. Then after this, they cannot agree on at the first level internally. Then appeals can be made before the political parties dispute tribunal, where now the jurisdiction for the tribunal is set clearly in section 40 of the constitution of the Political Parties Act. And if matters are not settled there, then it can also be escalated to the courts. Thank you very much. I think I have already summed up in terms of the structures for dispute resolution. We said there are the 3 levels of internal dispute resolution, then escalated to PPDT, then to the courts. But we said the guiding principles at all these 3 levels is that there must be natural justice, fair hearing. We also need to have the rule of law guiding, so that all the way we resolve our disputes are based on the Constitution, the Political Parties Act, as well as the party constitution. Another guiding principle in terms of dispute resolution is timeliness, because matters, some of the matters in dispute are basically time bound, and therefore the principle of timeliness is also very key. And overall, we need to be reconciliatory as political parties, so that we don't break up the party. Therefore, we should be guided by reconciliation rather than escalating the disputes until it distracts the party. So that is basically what the RPP as a regulator envisages: a properly structured dispute resolution mechanism where issues can be resolved before it destroys the party, and where the parties is strengthened, and where the party is institutionalized. Having said that, I think the question was about the vision for the next 5 years. As a regulator, we are guided by promotion of multi-party democracy, and therefore we'll continue to build capacity of political parties so that there is internal democracy within parties. The parties are institutionalized, where they have organized management structures from the top to the bottom, and also ensure that there are internal democracy within political parties, so that then we can contribute to the democracy of the country. Thank you.
we do not really
We plan to have improved operational efficiency and service delivery. We have had feedback from participants and presenters, and we will address those issues that have been raised about our office and enhance productivity and performance. Those are some of our strategic goals that we plan to do in the next 3 years of the strategic plan. Why 3 years? Because all strategic plans by government are tied to the Vision 2030. After that, we will review the plan. Thank you for that. Ms. Waringa, I don't know if she's ready. If we'll go around, all participants who are around, because of the time, you answer any of the questions raised as you give your last word. Madam PS, I don't know if she's still in. I think some people have dropped out. Honorable Pareno.
yes.
You can,
Hello.
yes, you just give us your comments and final comments on this as we close.
Just to say that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. We get you clearly.
Just to say that we are grateful for this kind of engagement. I am sure we've had a lot of people listening in to just get clarifications on certain areas and on your work plan, and the challenges we've had and how we are handling them. And I think this is very informative. And we must say that having celebrated Katiba at 15, we have done well as a country. We just need to tie the loose ends.
Thank you. Thank you for those encouraging words and for your presentation. Asante PS.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ali?
Thank you very much, Registrar. Mine is just to say that we have made strides, yes, but we still have a lot to do in terms of institutionalizing political parties and ensuring that they have relevant structures, particularly regarding dispute resolution, because we believe that in any political parties is a competitive process. Processes within political parties are competitive. It's around elections, it's around leadership, and also it's around membership. And areas around those will definitely attract some disputes. But what we are saying is that let all our parties have their structures in place, proper structures, and as they resolve their disputes, let them be guided by the principles, the guiding principles of fair hearing, natural justice, timeliness, and the respect for the rule of law. And let's also respect the hierarchy of resolutions of disputes, starting from the internal mechanisms and escalating them if they are not resolved at the lower levels. So basically, disputes definitely are going to be there, but let them not escalate to be destructive to parties, and let us put structures in place to ensure that we promote internal democracy within our parties, resolve our disputes amicably, and therefore contribute to democratic governance of our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ali. Madam CPA.
Thank you very much, Registrar. I really appreciate the initiative to convene this webinar, and I believe that many Kenyans have appreciated, and that we'll have many more other opportunities to continue engaging with Kenyans, even in this space, as we try to manage the constrained financial resource allocations that we sometimes struggle with. Just to emphasize that some of the initiatives that we have put in place as an office, first of all, we've tried to institutionalize the office of the Registrar of Political Parties, strengthening the internal capacity, and we've done so much because we cannot give value that we don't have. And we appreciate that even as we speak, the leadership is almost fully constituted, and so as an office, we've continued to establish our own ground. That we have I've talked about policies, I've talked about manuals, I've talked about many other documents that to help this office to facilitate its regulation work with political parties. We have the Kenya Political Education Sourcebook, and those are some of the efforts we have started doing, and maybe not so much. Some Kenyans may ask, what is it that RPP has done? We've done so much, but there is much more to be done. Even as we're speaking about these party ideologies, we are asking political parties and the Kenyans that have been able to reach even here. I know that it is an area that is not very clear. I would believe we do not have ideologies, but this is the opportunity and the moment that we have a manual and we have initiated the process so that we can embrace and give it a goodwill, and this Kenya will be also an envy of other countries that we have seen that they have very clear political ideologies, that Rome was not built a day in a day. So let's support this initiative by the office, and I believe one day we'll become an envy of many in this area. Already currently, RPP is an envy of many, destination for marking by many countries that we have hosted, and we believe even in this area of ideology, we are going to be a showcase. So thank you so much for having signed in to listen. Just to note that RPP has its headquarters in Nairobi, but we also have field offices in 12 counties. We have field offices. So wherever you are, feel free to locate an RPP county office in the 12 county offices. You will find the exact location on our website so that you can get our services closer to where you are, as envisaged in the Constitution of Kenya, Article 6. we try as much as possible to make our services available to the grassroots level. Otherwise, thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you. Mr. Njoroge, last word. Ms. Waringa, last word because of the time. Unfortunately, I think we might not hear Madam Lois today. She's having technical challenges with her gadget. We've tried to assist her, but it seems she's having problems. And because of the time, we have overrun the projected time. We will just close. First of all, I think we all appreciate the journey the registration of political parties has traveled from being registered as an association at the societies to being a department at the then defunct ECK to where we are today. It's been a journey, and the parties can see the work. Noting that we have a few gaps to address, which we have taken note, and we are always working to improve. We take criticism positively, and we work on any areas that have been identified from our end. There was an issue of legal reforms. Yes, we have some proposed legal reforms on our act, and we will do stakeholder consultation. So for political parties, we will come to you to give your views. If you have any proposals, please give them in line or even share them with us here or at in writing. You can share with us in writing on our social media platforms or by writing to us through email. We welcome any input that will go into our review of the act. At the ORPP, of course, this is the beginning. As I said, we'll have more engagement, thematic with the different groups, and we'll get many who are participants today speaking to us. For now, I'll just want to extend my appreciation first for the participants for joining in on time, for sending your comments. We will not read many of them, but we will respond on our socials and in our work. And for those who have engaged with us, we've taken your comments positively. The presenters for taking the time to prepare, to come on this forum, to sit here for the 2+ hours. We appreciate that. The ORPP team, CPA Florence, Mr. Ali, and the other members who've been working behind the scenes. This was our first webinar. We've had a few challenges, but I think it has been a success. And we celebrate that. We thank all the presenters, the PS, Professor Kibwana, Mr. Njoroge, Madam Lois, even if you did not manage, we know you've been online. We've tried to assist, but we've not managed. Maybe next time we'll call our presenters here to sit together as we discuss this. I think I'll just close there saying that the ORPP is committed to ensuring that we continue promoting the theme line for this meeting today, Katiba, Siasa na Demokrasia. We will work within the Constitution to promote, to support Siasa political parties as they contribute to the democracy of our country. With that, I don't know, Mr. Mberia, if you have anything, you can just read the comments.
Thank you, Madam Registrar. I think all the comments have been addressed, and we commit for perhaps to consolidate any responses that individual and so through our social media platforms and post the comments, the questions, answers to the questions that have been posed. It has been grateful. Thank you very much. I think we just urge the participants to engage ORPP, as you say, on varied platforms that we have, including your media platforms for this and more to come.
Okay, thank you very much. And this marks the end of our webinar. Asanteni.
Welcome to the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, ORPP, a model brand promoting realization of political rights and larger growth of democracy. Established under the Political Parties Act of 2011, ORPP has a transparent and stakeholder consultative approach while effectively executing its mandate to register and regulate political parties and administer the Political Parties Fund. Under the good leadership of the Registrar of Political Parties, Anderito CBS, assisted by assistant registrars and a pool of highly skilled staff, ORPP collaborates and has valuable support from its wide range of stakeholders, including government agencies and political parties. Guided by our strategic plan and various policies for our processes and with unwavering support from stakeholders, ORPP has made formidable strides and milestones to an institutionalized political party system founded on good governance for a credible democratic multi-party system in our country. ORPP's vision is to be a model regulator for a credible democratic multi-party system. Our mission is to promote political rights through effective registration and regulation of political parties in Kenya. This strategic goal is spurred by our values of professionalism, integrity, respect for rule of law, innovativeness, impartiality, and inclusivity. Our mandate is aligned to Kenya Constitution requirements in Articles 91 and 92 that call for having well-governed political parties with a national outlook to accord and promote citizens to exercise their political rights as outlined in Article 38, regulated through legislated framework. The ORPP is proud of key milestones through stakeholder support such as 1. Timely processing of applications for political parties. 2. Ensuring compliance of fully registered political parties to the Political Parties Act and the Political Parties Code of Conduct. 3. Timely disbursement of political parties fund upon parties meeting requirements. 4. Regular engagement of political parties including the Dialogue Platform, PPLC. 5. Targeted capacity building for political parties and counties leadership disaggregated into youth, women, persons living with disability, and general members as well as counties. 6. Undertaking political education through publications, stakeholders' engagements, guidelines, and public messaging through diverse channels. 7. Exchange learning programs with other countries on political parties. 8. Spearheading of required legal reforms. 9. Having in place requisite policy documents for all office processes. 10. Continuous re-engineering of service delivery including ICT reform. We remain committed to effective and efficient service delivery for all through our continuous service re-engineering including robust ICT-backed processes. Visit our offices spread across the country and engage with us on our varied platforms. The ORPP, your model brand strengthening political parties.